What up, back? Come on, aye, big up, man. Real Talk Leeds, back again. We here. I've got to guess what a lot of people know. Some may not know in Leeds. And it's an educational talk for me. He's got a lot of history. You know, there's a lot to talk about, so we're just going to try and get it all in today in a quick 20-30 minutes. But yeah, man, big up. Introduce yourself.
Yo, my name's Saskilla, some call me Hassan, but mostly Saskilla. From grime scene, Godson of Grime, some call me. But yeah, man, I'm Leeds native. Not many people know that. Born in St James's Hospital, just like the rest of you, and grew up in like basically Chapeltown, and for a majority of my youth before transported to the big city.
And also, if you guys don't know, the reason I know Sass is because one of my good friends who's sat behind camera now, that's his bro, you get me? And I've always had a connection with him from young, and I've always known of Sass, and I think probably teenage years when I first met you.
A lot of people in the city, you know yourself, they might know Buki True. That Buki, that's my big bro, you get me?
Come on.
And then my older sister Lou, some people know Lou as well, you get me? But the Hutchinsons is a known family in the Leeds makeup of what's going on. That's the family I'm from, the Hutchinsons. And it's very well known, you know what I mean, in the Leeds circuit. If you grew up in the 80s, the 70s, you would know that family. If you grew up in Hare Hills, these type of places, it was like, there's only a certain amount of Jamaican families everybody
What
knew.
school did you go to then?
So I first went Leopold, and then I just, with my brother Reason, I went Bankside after that. And then I think I went to Hillcrest. I went Hillcrest. That was the last one. I was at Hillcrest store. So I was in all them schools, doing up primary just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Playing marbles, doing what you're doing as a Leeds youth, and then boom, situations happen, life, divorce, this, that.
So what age was this then? What we're talking?
We're talking like this is all just before 11s, man. Just before by 11, I'm shipped out.
So technical difficulties, but we're back. So was that the age? How old was you when you had the transition?
Yeah, this is all just before 11s, man.
And where did you move to?
Straight after that, we moved to Victoria. So I was living in that Victoria for a little bit.
Just for the fans that don't know.
Victoria's South London, so that's like next to the central, next to central London.
Okay.
I lived above a McDonald's. I just remember eating McDonald's for like every
waking up and smelling McDonald's.
No, McDonald's was breakfast. We was poor, bro. Yeah. McDonald's back then was cheap as well. So McDonald's was breakfast, lunch, dinner. I don't know if it was a healthier McDonald's, but mine survived. But that was every day. Through. Then after that, I think like things kind of went a bit left. Things went a bit left. We ended up a bit homeless.
Okay.
We was like in a hostel in Brixton, like in an abandoned nursery, bare off a single.
So when you say we, just mum, you,
mum and baby, my brother, innit? Okay. It was in like a hostel thing. We was there sleeping on mattress and that. Boom, boom, boom. At the same time, my mum's leaving from this little hostel thing, and she's going uni every day.
Studying.
So she's studying, doing the thing. Then obviously a student loan or something come true. She patterned us a little yard. So when I'm even fast forward in it. When we first moved, we're still with my dad, innit? So we've moved and we've gone to Streatham when we first come to London. Then after Streatham, we're in Brixton, around Brixton somewhere. Then the breakup happens. My mum comes back. We're doing Victoria, then hostel. Then
so it's a mix of emotions as well. Like, but I can imagine like your mum.
Yeah, I was in a yard one day. Boom, boom, boom. The next week, I'm just on this mattress thing. Then boom. From there now, we move from there. We go like. I think mum got a slight placement or something for like soliciting or something. We ended up in Bickley. So we're in Bickley now. When I've moved to this is like Kent. So this is South London, but it's the outskirts of South London. So when man's moved here, this is deep 90s. So man's moved here, we're like the second black family to ever move in this area.
It's just crazy. You've got a lot going on. Teddy Boys times.
This is like we've got like gypsies. They're not used to black people either. Ones. So at this point in my life, it's like a different time in man's life. So man's adapting from being in Chapeltown to being here now.
Big city.
And in this place now, it's like obviously Chapeltown. You got your Asians, you got your blacks, you got your whites. It's such a multicultural mix. To go from that multicultural mix to man's just the one black youth stand for that. So she put me in a primary school. I'll never forget this. Put me in this primary school now, and the parents started writing to the headmaster.
What about though? What?
That basically they felt as though
because you're just black kids in the school.
Yeah, they felt as though I was bringing down the grade of the school. They didn't want their kids to go to school with a black youth. So then there was all of this, and then the parents used to like mean mug me when I'd be finishing school and that. Then the teachers was like kind of stemming it for a bit. Then it got to like 6 months in, and then they just started attacking me in the classroom, like the youths. And then the teachers couldn't really do nothing. Then there was, I don't know if you remember primary school, they used to do these tea towels where everyone used to draw themselves and then write their little name, and then they print out the tea towel or something and then give it to the parents or something.
Okay. It was like paint.
Yeah. But it's like all of the students drew. So we drew that, and I'll never forget because the whole school, I was the first black youth in the school, so the whole school had all these white faces, then you had this little black face at the bottom, and then the parents complained that they didn't want man. They're all letters and they didn't want man on the tea towel. Like, I'm ruining the tea towel. So this is deep and like there's some reasons. Then after that, that was like the big thing. When the tea towel come out, it's like that caused some drama. Then the next thing, man just getting chased home from school every day. And
so this is what you.
This is
12,
like
12,
because the older youths now, I'm all in. This is like I'm like year 3, bro.
Okay.
This is I don't know I'm causing all this, but the year 5s now and the year 6s there now. Yo, get him, the fucking little monkey. And they're chasing man. So this is going on, and then the teachers call my mom to the school, and they're like, obviously. We thought we could take in a black student, but we realised it's too soon. The rest of it's causing too much confusion. So without causing distress, would you be able to move him? So they basically kicked me out of the school. But they didn't kick me out of the school, if you say I get that. Because I'm not getting kicked out. They're telling my mum in a nice way, we can't protect him. So what do you want to do?
We can't help you.
So man had to move. So obviously man's moved from that school now. And then I've gone to school like called Southborough, which is like a bit more towards Orpington. So it's like a half an hour walk. So I'm walking half an hour every day to go to the school. My mum's obviously got a job, she can't take me. So I'm having to from year.
And what kind of areas are you walking through?
Oh, we're talking gypsy sites, mad things, walking on like this is outskirts of London, so this is Kent. This is like still a lot of greenery. So I'm going through fields.
There's not culture out there.
Yeah, you could both. So one random NF don just comes out and says, "Yo, you know what? I just want to make an example of this little you. I can just get kidnapped." Like, no one would ever know. I'm just walking by myself.
Rural.
So I'm going there, boom. Start that school now. Still a little bit of the same, but I realised the lesson from the school before. In the school before, I kind of like was standing up for myself, but after about 2 weeks, I couldn't fight everybody. So I just started like basically trying to avoid the situation. In this new school, I said, nah. You know what? In that last one, maybe I started too nice. So the first shoot that they done some it-dip doing, they said, yeah, catch a nigga by his toe, it-dip do so. I said, wait a minute, I'm the only one here that my man said, bow! And this straight up. From that day, they said, oh yeah, the black boy's a bit, everyone kind of left me. Everyone kind of left me. Then that one, it was just like, I just survived that school. Then basically, mum got her next job, and we moved from that area completely. She was like, you know what, as you're going towards year 5, I don't want you in this area because I don't want you growing up and then you're hating black people. Because you grew up in this area. So at this point it's cute, but as you get older, this mentality of no black people, you're just gonna start looking down on them and then start moving mad. So she's like, you have to move out of this area right now. So she got me out of the area and we moved to flipping Woolwich. When we moved to Woolwich now.
What part of London is that?
That's South London now. So it's deep South London. So now I'm in South London. Now everything's just changed. You're
more central.
Everything's just changed. It's like southeast, so it's more next to East London, but where the school's mixed. I'm still the only kind of black youth. There's like 3 more black youths and a couple more mixed race youths, so it's a bit more mixed. But where I'm going is just a bit different to that first one. Like, I can blatantly tell that in that first one, tell you a story. On the first day, that happened with the do, but we were doing a lesson on Egypt, and then the teacher was there. I'll never forget.
So what colour was the teacher?
She was some old white lady. She was like, that was the times in the 90s when they used to keep on teaching to like 60 this and
okay.
So this woman's been doing teaching since the Second World War. So as far as she's concerned, this is teaching, you can't tell me that. So I'm coming here, think whatever. I obviously read my own books. My family's giving my own books on things, and I'm reading things. I'm reading about Egypt and my own books. So when she's teaching us this book now, I'm seeing Cleopatra, and she's like, yeah, Cleopatra bathed in milk, and da-da-da-da. I'm like, but miss, where is Egypt? Then she's gone, oh, it's in Africa. And I said, but don't everybody here in this class go on holiday to get a tan? Then she went, yes, what's your point? I said, but isn't that in a hot country? Isn't Africa hot? So wouldn't Cleopatra have had a tan? So wouldn't she bathing in milk? Maybe she wanted to see her reflection in the milk. The woman started screaming at me. Screaming crazy. Because all I was saying is that maybe there's a bit of colour in there. Maybe it's not this picture that we're looking at with this blonde lady. Like maybe it's, then she's gone mad on man. Then she's flipping, sent me out the classroom. I've gone to the toilet now. I said, I'm going to go toilet. Some boy came out, I'll never forget his name, Kerry Davis, the shoot. Came out, silver blonde hair, the shoot. He looked like the epitome of the king of the Aryan race. The shoot, Came to the toilet with some fat youth called Doyle. I'm in the toilet washing my hands. My man's tried to smash my head into the mirror while I'm just washing my hands. And I've clocked what's going on. They've tried to jump me in primary school in this toilet. On fucking get him. Like, the teacher's not watching things. But I'm like, nah, you man don't realise, like, I've already gone through this. So I've been fighting every day. So you man maybe have a one-off fight. I fight every day. So the first thing I've gone for is eyes. You know when you just poke man in the eye? So man's just lost all sight from the poke in the eye. Once he's done that, knee Doyle. Like, Doyle's fat. He can't really move. Once he's the agile one. Once they get rid of you, don't duff up. But the next thing I know, because man's still doing this, my, took his head, dumped it down the toilet, flushing, this, boom. This is all primary school, you know? I've gone back to lesson, because obviously I've gone to their teacher, she said, oh yes, this may be a misunderstanding, go back to your lesson. Gone back to lesson, them man are still recovering from the toilet. So when I've walked in, I've sat down, everything's normal. These men are coming, hair wet, all water all over, man, dolls all in there, bruising. They've all accused me straight. I said, well, it's not even it's just a straight snitching thing. You came to go duff me up in the toilet. You got duffed up. Now because you're the victims, you man are telling our man. So then after that, them man never tried man again. But it was so nuts because we became boys after that. You know, you have to have that rough up, like just to like. It was what it was. But then flipping, man moved from that school to this new school, different, boom. Then this is where this is where music starts to come in now. Obviously, man playing football these times.
What age did you start music, you said?
I say I was listening to music always. So I was rapping with my brother in my bedroom. Like, we used to make up little rapping.
What age did you take it serious?
Serious though, we're talking like, I started going to my friend's house at maybe like 12, 13. So I go to my friend's house. My friend's uncle was like a drum and bass DJ and never made it. Like, he had all the rhythm, every rhythm. So we're in his bedroom just messing around on the microphone, making our own tapes. But while I'm doing all of this, I'm not realizing I'm developing the early stages of learning, like what you're meant to do with the mic. Man's using headphones these times.
That's what I was going to say. What kind of
man's using, all he had was decks, so we could play the vinyl, but he didn't have no microphone because he's not on
so you were just playing off vinyls,
playing vinyls or anything? My brother's using one headphones for the jack. I'm using the other headphones to use as a microphone. So my first microphone was a headphone, and I'm doing bare sets with that. Learning the pace, learning the timing, learning everything, like the way you're meant to do it, learning my own voice, learning all this, and then just trying to realize, I've got still a bit of a Leeds accent at that time, heavy. So I'm like, how can I merge this with what I'm doing? So it's not coming out exactly like the London MCs. I'm trying my best to try sound like them, but I'm not really sounding like them.
You got like Yorkshire.
So I'm trying. So what ended up happening is that I made my own style by trying to not sound 100% London, but tried not to sound 100% Leeds.
Leeds.
But then what ended up happening is I phased out both accents. I made my own accent. And then it ended up sounding more like some guy trying to be posh, but knows bare road words. Yeah, so it was a mad voice that I was actually like developing.
What were the first music you dropped, would you say?
I'd say the first tunes I dropped was my boy. Basically, he used to like be into music, like singing and that. And randomly, he met some guy that was a manager. You know, like you have to meet someone in music to get the taste of. Oh, we met a real music person. So we met this guy.
Get you more into
His
it.
name was Chris Knack. This guy, he owned a massive management company. He looked after Jordan. He looked after Andy Cole. He looked after like T2 from Leeds. That was his manager as well. This guy had bare acts and stuff. So this guy,
big up T2, man.
Yeah, this guy, he said, "Oh, come for like an audition for him." So me and my boy, we went there with our 2 other brethren, like just trying out a thing, like just our brethren together, see if we could do something. And when we went to the meeting after, he was like to my boy who sings, he's like, "Look, you already know what I think. You carry on doing what you're doing." Then he said to me, he goes, "I haven't heard you before, but you're clearly going to be in this for the foreseeable future." And I was thinking, I'm just chucking a thing for my bedroom. This guy is a real music guy. He looks after Andy Cole, who's my biggest football hero. He looks after the real people doing real stuff. And this guy's told me, a little 13-year-old, you're obviously going to be in this for the like an actual person in this thing. And I don't know how he knew, but then from that day, I was like, rah. Maybe apart from football, this is my calling. Yeah. Because at them days, you know what it is. Man, either you listen to your mum and you're doing school how you meant to be doing it, or you do the ball thing, get out the hood, or you do the music thing and something bust. So I was thinking, school thing's going left. This thing of football thing, because now man's getting too mixed up in road stuff, this football thing's going left. So it's like, maybe I'm still able to do the shenanigans I'm getting away with, but I can maybe channel this energy into music. So then I took it more serious from that day. From that day, when that guy said that, I kind of was taking it serious, but not as serious as that day because I was in a real settings. Yeah. And then I met him in Canary Wharf. I'll never forget, I'd never been to Canary Wharf before. I'd never seen those buildings. I met him in a 5-star hotel, in some private mansion bit at the back of the hotel for private residents, like key card. Man's paying like probably 15 grand.
How old are you them times?
Like, these times I'm 13, so going to that them settings, I'm already thinking, yo, people, niggas is living like this. I didn't even know as a black man in London you could live like this. So I'm actually like, I need to be on stuff like from early. So from that day, I've gone onto my computer as it was them times, MSN, this, that, whatever I had, LimeWire. And I just started downloading albums. Downloading albums, like, but not like how it was before. Like my bedroom might go, "Oh, what have you heard that album by Ali Vegas? The one rapper from Queensbridge, like he's coming up." And man might go, "Who's Ali Vegas?" And then man will go search for the Ali Vegas thing. Now I'm like, I need to be the best. That's my new thing. I need to be the best. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking through all of Busta Rhymes' discography. I need to know what Busta Rhymes started at, what was his ability when he started, what was his middle ability, and what did he end with? What is he at now? All right, Lil Wayne from the beginning. Let's go through. What's his best tracks? Pick out the best tracks now. Now work out what's the most complex rhyme schemes he was doing. Then I'm listening to all of Kano. Then I'm listening to all of da-da-da. Then I'm listening to, like, at this time.
And you got to think, though, I mean, if you're into music,
no, but at this time, I'm even fast forward like that. I'm even fast forward because there wasn't a Kano like that at that time. At this time, it's just, I'm listening to the Americans that I like Ludacris, the people that have got a bit of skip to their flow. I'm listening to these people and going through everything. And I'm not copying. I'm just trying to understand what it is. It's like a puzzle.
What individualizes them? What makes them?
What makes them so amazing? What makes this person's voice better than this person's voice? How come this guy's first 2 lines he came in with this and cut the beat out? Like, I need to learn all these tricks. What are all these? It's like moves on a football pitch. When you do step overs and you do combinations. When you do a step over, you might just learn the step over, but then someone might do a step over with a Cruyff turn, then do a bit where they make the ball look like it was going to go left, but then they've dropped their shoulder. That's a combination. They've not just done one move, they've done 3 moves in one. Now I need, in this MCing world, I need to know the combinations, bro. I need to learn these combinations. So
that's what I'm feeling right now.
I'm learning these combinations one by one, but I'm doing this in my personal time. I'm not taking it for a joke. I'm practicing. I'm making sure I'm regularly going to my brethren's house to practice. While my brethren's like, yeah, let's go do this. Man's got to move. Man, but this brethren told me about cards. This brethren, I'm like, nah. I need to practice this thing, bro. Because if I get good at this thing, just like I was good at football, and I get good at this thing, I can excel in this area. Like, this is what life's about. You need to excel in something. If you ain't excelling in something, even if it's like, man's doing 2 in the queue, I've got to be the best at 2 in the queue. Otherwise, why am I doing it? Like, you've got to excel in the thing. So I'm trying to get the best at this thing. So I'm studying it. Then it gets to the point, I start thinking, nah, if I'm MCing and everybody else is MCing and we're all doing the same thing, we're spitting on the same beats, what happens when I'm in a scenario and I'm on Radio 1 or something and some random white brother just puts on some rock tune or something? What if I can't spit to it? What if I don't know how to change my voice or because I've just only learned this? So then I started experimenting on different beats from early. And then I made this album. It was just like, it was like a primitive album. I made it with these producers from Charlton, from my area.